Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo January 10, 2022. Possibly you have been a bit strange in terms of emotions, possibly everything that others say, you have taken it the wrong way without any need. At the moment, you must keep in mind the waning moon. Good energy would abound for you at this time. You may have heard that a sudden change in your environment would be ideal for everything to emerge more clearly for you than before. Leave those negative legends. It is time to make the sextile between the Sun and Mercury, putting things more relaxed for you. The effects of your steps would simply be impressive. It is possible that all those who did not trust that you would be the right person to succeed, now better than ever, you would see things from another perspective. Scorpio would be ideal so that you could feel that everything is on your side. Today you will develop an interest in a new hobby. When you are passionate about something, you want to learn everything about it. You will want to research this on the internet. You will consult different sites to obtain more information. Or maybe you go to the bookstore to find some books that are useful to you on your favorite subject. You will be eager to absorb more information and more data that can help you master something new. This time, you don't let it go and you have a smile on your face. You will disarm by your calm. You feel the need to surpass yourself, to prove what you are. Be careful not to disperse yourself. On this day of Epiphany, you are swimming in full harmony. At work, your discussions satisfy you, and your ideas are greatly appreciated. As a family, you play your role perfectly and your loved ones can count on your listening skills and your good advice. The projects which seem a priority to you are not supported by the moon. If you have to answer an invitation or put someone before everything else, you will have a little trouble doing so. The climate is changeable, you will have to put up with it. It is a decisive moment, above all, because not long ago you had to do some activities that are not completely to your liking, but that nevertheless, would lead you to leave a streak of poor health. The key word for you today is limit. Think for a minute about what it means to you. It's time to have a serious conversation with yourself. Set yourself some limits and be honest about where to draw the line. Your health, your state of mind, and your relationships with others all depend on your taking the initiative to say no in some circumstances. When a microbe arrives in your atmosphere, it necessarily ends up in your body. Between your coworker's cold and your other half's angina, you mixed their germs and you got the voice of Terminator on helium. Don't panic, the heat of the sun is finally arriving in your sign. This should give you the strength you need to face all of these health episodes. As the saying goes, after illness comes to the drug. The number 5 is present, that is why without hesitation, you would do what is pertinent to fill you with fortune. You would try to bring pyrite as a symbol of good fortune and thus have everything at hand so that you have everything good in terms of money. Today seems to be a day of few solutions. At the end of a meeting with your colleagues, you will realize that many of the questions were left unanswered. Prepare a list of issues that need fixing today. Put your full attention there, and let the other things slide. Be very careful with your calculations, as errors are likely to arise. You fight with the sweat of your brow to succeed in challenges and you strive to be motivated quite simply. Future and possible collaborators are sensitive to your attitude and will offer you an original financial plan full of promises. If you have any complaints or things to say to a supervisor, please do not hesitate. The stars are favorable to a review of situations through dialogue. You are implementing the right strategy. It is time for love to return to you. You would have used some strategies that would not have blocked you where you are going. For the moment, you would let everything settle as it should, letting love simply surround you and allow you to make yourself consider pertinent to conquer that person who catches your attention. Scorpio would help you make everything come out positive in this regard. Someone in your family may have had a rough day, and they are probably not in their best mood. You too will feel like grumbling about anything, so the atmosphere at home tonight can be a bit tense. Get out a bit if you can. One less person under one roof can ease the tension, both for you and the person who stays. Do something that you like. You'll come home happy, and that can be contagious. The presence of Mars in your environment indicates that you are in danger of suffering the wrath of your other half. Your fearful nature will not cope well with this sudden storm, the abruptness of which will be equaled only by the injustice. Fearfully, you will curl up on yourself when you are expected to react more firmly. Single, you circle a fire that could very well burn you. Go your way, you will find more comfort with an Aquarius. The ideal way you can perform is by not getting out of focus with gossip and talk at work. You would constantly see how hugely you would propose to change strategies that keep you away from people who only dedicate themselves to speaking badly of others. With the waning moon, you would have enough to do it. There is no end to what needs to be done, both at home and at work. Today, you may feel overwhelmed by the trifles of everyday life. You'll keep yourself busy by going to conferences with your children's teachers, helping out with homework, and at the same time trying to get work done in the office. You would like to have a nervous breakdown, but you just don't have time for that. Keep your good mood. Recognize that you already have what matters most in life. Just like Isabella Johnny, you are in a state close to Ohio, your morale is low. You have the impression of going in circles in a bowl, like a goldfish. You do the bare minimum, judging that anyway, it is useless. Lack of recognition is a big part of this temporary discouragement. You do not feel rewarded for your efforts and it weighs on your morale. Perhaps you expect too much from your hierarchy? Learn to live better without the eyes of others. You will tend to be too protective of a loved one who could blame you. Indeed, encouraged by the position of Uranus in your sky, you will show initiative, but it could be perceived as intrusion if you are not careful. Channel this energy by planning an outing with family or friends. Those whose ascendant is an earth sign should nevertheless beware of certain resentments that could resurface when you thought the tension subsided.